from Manhattan Federal Court. What's your name?
I'm JC Talks Trials.
JC Talks Trials. JC, give them your Instagram and your YouTube.
On IG, I'm actually Love Exists Within, which is LOVEXISTWITHIN. On YouTube, I'm JC Talks Trials, plural, so it's JCTALKS and then on TikTok, I am JC Talks Trials as well.
Now, all those links are gonna be underneath this video, y'all. Y'all go follow my girl, Jaime. Jaime, where you from?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
What part?
From a place called Carlisle.
Shout out to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Now, Jaime, you've been here, you've been coming every day or just about?
I've been coming about twice a week.
Okay.
Since the first week.
Are you on the 24th floor or the 26th floor?
I've been on the 26th floor once, and majority of the time I've been on the 24th.
Okay, so you're hearing the real in-court testimony.
Absolutely.
Now, Jaime, what was your feeling about Puffy in this case 90 days ago before this trial started, and what was your feeling about Puffy today?
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. If you go to my ex is JC at Love Exists Within, you'll see I was no Diddy everything. I just automatically assumed what the press was putting out, what the mainstream media was putting out, as far as the freak off parties, as far as how he was doing everybody. I took it as what they were putting out. I actually believed it. I feel like a dummy at this point in time now.
Okay, now, how do you feel today? Why you say you feel like a dummy now?
Because when you walk up in this courtroom and you hear the evidence, none of that's in the evidence. It's a total different, what they're actually bringing to this courtroom is totally different than what the mainstream media actually put out prior to the courtroom. So I think they were trying to taint the pool prior to us getting up here and actually him having a fair chance at, the court of law. But so what you're seeing up here is not what I actually got before I walked up into this courtroom.
Jaime, what's your background?
I work for an insurance company.
No, I mean your racial background.
I'm African American.
Your people go back to the South? Your bloodline go back to?
Absolutely,
where?
Mississippi.
Mississippi?
Yeah.
Where in Mississippi?
Crawford.
Crawford, Mississippi.
You hear that little country a little bit in me?
Yeah.
I got it.
All right, so Jaime, juror number 6 gets removed from the jury this week. What's up with that?
No good. No good. And I shouldn't say I'm shocked, but the first 4 weeks of this trial, I really honestly thought Judge Subramanian was a fair judge, non-biased whatsoever. I thought he was doing things straight down the book, no issues at all. Juror 6 let me know, no, it's time to make a turn. And I think that's where he made a shift in this trial. And I think he knew he needed to make a shift in this trial. So I don't think it's just the government that's working against Sean Combs. I think we got a judge that might be working against him as well.
Jaime, the 17th floor balcony incident.
Perjury. Absolute perjury.
Flat out?
Flat out perjury.
Why?
Because she lied. Because Cassie lied. And because they put the story together. They absolutely sat down, made a decision. They were going to determine where it was going to so-called happen at. One said it was so-called going to be at a hotel. One said it was going to have to be at Cassie's apartment because that's the place that had the balcony. They determined it was going to be the balcony. They determined on who it was going to be. They decided who we were going to say was going to be there. Then it comes out that Sean Puffy Combs wasn't even in town on the day that it so-called happened. And I remember sitting in there when this happened, when Brianna was actually testifying to this, and she outright said, I specifically remember the day because I took a picture of my leg on the day that it happened. The day that she took that picture based on the metadata was September 26th. And Sean Puffy Combs was in New York on September 26th.
And that was supposedly had to happen in Los Angeles.
Absolutely. It's perjury. It was outright perjury. Westmoreland brought it out of her. And when she perjured herself, she also perjured Cassie.
Jane Doe, Jaime.
A mess. I think she was absolutely doing what she was doing prior to doing it with Sean Combs.
That's what she do.
It actually came out that she was actually in Vegas with a whole nother rapper and his girlfriend doing the same things that she was doing with Sean Puffy Combs without him.
With one of the entertainers that her and Puff used to use. He was already there.
Absolutely. So therefore, who you think put that together?
And she said she was going to call Cabral to come.
To set up another day. So she was the one that was actually putting all the escorts together with all the other entertainers based on what I'm thinking. And I'm hoping that the jurors are seeing that.
Was there force or coercion?
Absolutely none.
She was with it?
She was absolutely with it. And she had reasons to be with it. For her lifestyle. She was very clear that she wanted a certain lifestyle, and therefore she felt like she had to do those things in order to attain that lifestyle. People need to realize everyone had a reason to do what they were doing in this situation. We can't just look at one person and say he was a freak, which absolutely I believe that he is, but they had reasons for doing what they were doing, and it was for their benefit. It was for their benefit.
Jaime, Cassie
did it for her benefit as well.
Force and coercion?
Absolutely no force and absolutely no coercion.
She was with it?
She was absolutely with it. I think what happened with Cassie is she honestly thought that she was going to be able to make Sean Puffy Combs her husband. And she thought that if I do these things, that it's going to get me to where I want to be. And it didn't turn out that way.
He loved it though, Jaime.
He did love her. But he wasn't willing to give her exactly what she wanted to have. And so therefore, she said, you know what? I'm ready to go to bigger and better things. And who do we know that bigger and better things that she said that she didn't have the option to go to? Jay-Z. You remember when she had that conversation with Carrie Morgan? And Carrie Morgan told her, I think you need to leave Puffy. What did she say? Who do I have left? Jay-Z already has Beyonce. So that right there already lets you know what her intention was. Her intention was to go for the big dog in order to get the big money. And she felt like the 10 years that she put into Sean Puffy Combs was not getting her what she wanted, so therefore, guess what comes next? A lawsuit.
Jaime, Puffy's defense team versus the federal prosecutors, who's been dominating the courtroom?
Well, let me just say this. With the prosecution team, this is my individual opinion. I'm not sure why they would choose to have 6 white women be who actually try and convict him. It doesn't look good to me, as well as I don't think they're doing as well a job as people are saying they're actually doing. As far as Puffy's team, he has A1 lawyers. I think we have to give them the opportunity to put on their side of the case for us to really, really see how good they are. I feel like they've already shown us how good they are. They have literally broke down every witness on that stand. Starting with the first escort, on to the security guard that was at the Intercontinental Hotel. They broke down Mia. They broke down Cassie. They broke down Brianna.
The Homeland Security guy with the guns in the safe and all that.
They literally took them. They broke them all down. It's reasonable doubt in every last witness that was put up on that stand. Now it's going to be their turn to actually just show why, absolutely, these things were not coerced and this is not a RICO case. And I foresee that we're going to see that within the next week or so.
All right. Jaime, let me ask you this. What's your take when you hear, when the under cross-examination, when Puffy's lawyers bring out, you've met with the government 24 times, you've met with the prosecutors 27 times, you've met with them. Mia met with him 27 times, and Jane Doe met with him 24 times.
Absolutely ludicrous. That sounds to me, and I'm not sure, I would hope that it sounds the same way to the jurors. To me, it sounds like you're putting a case together. That's what it sounds like to me. And I have to tell you this, the one time that I was able to get to the 26th floor and actually sit in on the trial and I could see the jurors, every time that came out, and matter of fact, Mia was there when Mia was actually being doing cross was the one day that I got up there. And I specifically remember certain jurors, their reaction when they said 27 times for Mia. They did not like that at all. And at the end of the day, why does it take 27 times to meet with a witness about what they know is the truth?
Jaime, if Jaime's on the jury today, is Puffy guilty or not guilty of RICO?
Not guilty of RICO. I don't see the benefit of. You actually have the situation with RICO. You got the acts, and then you also have in the interest of. So they can't just show the acts, they also have to show the benefit of. The benefit of him just being someone that likes to do freaky things in his bedroom is not enough for me.
That's his personal life.
That's his personal life. Was it a benefit for his company? Absolutely not.
And he wasn't generating money from it.
And he wasn't generating any money from it. So how is it a benefit of an organization? I can't get to the RICO.
My girl Jamie. Y'all click on them links underneath. Go follow Jamie on her YouTube channel and her Instagram. Jamie, appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
Peace.